this video, I will be sharing the top 10 fantasy animes this summer, so let's get started. A human was founded by a demon after being abandoned by his parents. This demon was a master magician, and his name was Romberg. He decided to raise him on a whim and taught the boy all about his magic and the lost civilization. In his last moments, he was told to never speak of this lost civilization. With all the knowledge, he joins the demon army while hiding his identity as a human. He hopes to unite the two races in this endless war by showing the demons the value of life and compassion. This is called the strongest magician in the Demon Lord's army was a human.
魔族とは力を持つ者ほどより多くを求める。
In this world, there are 5 ruling races: the demon race, human race, demi-human races consisting of elves and angels, the spirit race, and the mythical beasts called dragons. The 5 races lived in peace until a massive scale war broke out between them from interbreeding between species. Though humans had a number disadvantage, there was a hero Cid who appeared, which is then where the other 4 races has been sealed into black pyramids called graveyards. But then suddenly, after the war ended for multiple years, the whole world's timeline gets overwritten. In this new world, the humans lost in the war. There is no miracle in the hero Cid. And in this world, no one remembers the main character, Kai. This is called Why Does Nobody Remember Me in This World? Its first episode is airing on July 13th. This is about a boy who can't use magic in a magic-driven world. Wait, I promise it's interesting. I would say it's more of a serious mashal, but it's more like if someone accidentally chose warrior class in a magic universe. Except this isn't like Black Clover where the main character has something overpowered like anti-magic. Anyways, now that I kept you here, I'll get onto what it's actually about. This is an interesting world. It has 5 great wizards called the Magia Vander. A long time ago, people didn't know of a sky. It was just complete darkness. They say the world lived in fear of a celestial host. Until one day, 5 great wizards appear and drove back the celestial host, and they were finally able to see a sky. Our protagonist Will is unable to use magic, however his prowess with the blade is remarkable. He made a promise to his friend as children to become a Magia Vandar to see the sunset at the top of the tower where the real sky is with the sun and moon. This is called Westoria Wand and Sword. First episode on July 7th.
ウィルは正しく異端児です。何？確かにウィルは一切の魔法が使えない。しかし彼はこの魔法世界の中で唯一の戦士。
This one's really interesting actually. In a world full of anthropomorphic animals, basically humanoid animals, Belle Lablack was born as the only human being. Having no fangs, fur, or scales, she was called Faceless, and lived a lonely life with no one to relate to.
一体どこに行けば私は私の種族に会えるんだろう。私だって世界に交わりたいのに苦しいよこのままじゃ。
With such longing in her heart, she set out to find her origin, carrying the Runding, a great sword as tall as she is. That's the premise of the story, but I have more information about it. I know some of you guys will know Kevin Penkin. He's the musical artist for making soundtracks for Spice and Wolf and The Apothecary Diaries. It also includes people who worked on Tokyo Revengers and World Trigger. It's called Bye Bye Earth. First episode on July 12th.
歌えルンニング。
This is one of the more popular ones. Osamu Dazai was supposed to die with his lover when hit by Truck-kun, but instead he was transported into another world to become his hero. He was surrounded by cute girls and had superpowers, except he just wanted to find a quiet place to die. Although every time he tries to unalive himself, everything turns out fine. He's perfectly healthy afterwards. So when you don't want plot armor, it's always hanging around. It's called Isekai Shikaku. You may also know the main character's name from Bungo Stray Dogs. Anyways, first episode, July 9th. Now for the wholesome seasonal fantasy romance. Like the Archdemon's Dilemma, if you've seen that. So it starts off with the evil lieutenant, the manifestation of evil, facing off against his arch-enemy, the magical girl. But then, as soon as his eyes met with hers, it was love at first sight. His feelings conflicted over love or evil, although it's pretty easy to tell where this is going. This is, the magical girl and the evil lieutenant used to be arch-enemies. First episode on July 9th, the same day as the Suicide anime. Here's another cute anime. 28-year-old Tatsumi gets accidentally killed by a god and gets sent into a monster-infested forest with a variety of skills. Before some tropey anime isekai thing happens, he meets a pair of two kid twins, a boy and a girl. With the twins having nowhere to go, he decides to raise them himself. Surprised by how easily they defeated monsters with their combat abilities, Tatsumi arrives in town and registers with the Adventurers Guild in order to provide for them, thus beginning his laid-back adventuring life as he watches over the two twins' growth. This is called Raising Children in Another World. It will air its first episode on July 7th. This one is barely cutting into the fantasy genre, but it's about a boy, not a girl, although voiced by a female. Our protagonist Hojo Tokiyuki has a special skill, the skill of elusiveness or evasion. So when Ashikaga betrays the Hojo clan and massacres his entire family, Tokiyuki narrowly escapes with his life, and now is on the run. Determined to survive and reclaim his family's honor, he's joined by his surviving loyal retainers and new allies he meets along the way. He also gains a mentor who trains him to be the master of evasion at guerrilla warfare. This one's called The Elusive Samurai. This one is also made by the author of Assassination Classroom. It comes out on July 6th. This follows a young girl named Nicola. She lives in a small village gathering firewood daily until a dragon appears. Just when it's about to demolish the village, a man named Naga rushes to beat this dragon. Naga is a member of the King Seekers, a top-secret investigation team. Nicole has never felt bored with her peaceful routine life. However, after meeting Naga, she's so intrigued by Naga, she decided to step out of the small village, and then she learns the true nature of the world. This is called Quality Assurance in Another World. This is definitely the more fantasy type of anime. Well, anyways, this comes out on July 5th. More comedy than fantasy, it seems. In this normal high school, Toroka is known for being the perfect student by her peers. However, she has a little squeeze secret. She used to be a delinquent, but nobody knows that. Until one day, Nokotan, a transfer student with antlers, appear. Antlers aren't the only thing strange about Nokotan. Her deer nose can sniff out Toroka's secret past, whether it's at school or the zoo. Chaos follows this girl's every step, and it's called My Dear Friend Nokotan. It comes out on July 7th.
特別に綱をあげよう。取れるのそれ。可愛いから。鹿せんべい。おい、誰？ここは戦場だぞ。これからもよろしくね。ヤンキーのお姉さん。てめえ、冗談は角だけにしとけよ。そうだよね。こんな角変だよね。は？シカブ？待て待て待て。お笑いコンビか。奈良公園の鹿として生きてる。お姉ちゃんの匂いたまんない。馬車目田んぼ作りたいです。なんて。
Mononoke Karakasa. This one is a fantasy that has tons of horror elements and supernatural ones. I'll let the trailer do the explaining, but the thing is, it has another one that came out in 2007, which is just called Mononoke. So I'm not sure if this is a sequel or a remake like Spice and Wolf. It definitely looks interesting with a unique art style. It's a movie that releases on July 25th. Quite late actually. So that's all I have for you guys. If you like what you see, make sure to subscribe. See ya!